All throughout history there appears to be a number of strange and unexplainable phenomena centered around religious gatherings and events. After further studies, some of these seem impossible to explain. Additionally, many of these strange and mysterious religious events seem to point to the idea that perhaps our world is far stranger than we ever realized. Perhaps one of the most famous ones is that of the miracle of the sun. Back on the 13th of October in 1917, there was an immense gathering of individuals located in Fatima, Portugal. This was after they heard the accounts of 3 shepherd children, and after telling their story many were interested. Before this point, the children had claimed that they had seen the Virgin Mary and witnessed her miracles, preaching the gospel of Christianity and gaining their own following. Interestingly, the storm that struck Fatima on the 13th of October 1917 did not prevent people from visiting Fatima for the promise of a miracle. The people of this region were not sure of what was going on, but they were certain that something out of the ordinary was bound to occur that day. The story of the miracle of the sun started with the 3 children detailing their encounter with the Virgin Mary. This was while they were making their way back home. Interestingly, this apparition allegedly said to one of the children it was going to return on day 13 for the next couple of months. After telling them this message, it said the mysterious being vanished. The children narrated the incident to their parents and the villagers, and this sensational report spread throughout the whole of Portugal and attracted a huge crowd. It's been estimated by researchers that a crowd of between 70,000 and 100,000 people gathered at the foretold scene. This was despite harsh weather conditions. As promised though, something was seen that day and many believed they were witnessing a genuine miracle. Not every witness, however, reported the same thing. Some said they saw the sun dancing around in the sky. Others reported seeing the sun falling towards the earth in a zigzag motion, which caused the fear of an explosion as a result of the sun's collision with the earth. Some said they saw brilliant colours spinning from the sky in a pinwheel pattern, and the rest reported seeing nothing out of the ordinary. Today, many churches have said the event was real, and that the Virgin Mary made herself present that day. Even a researcher by the name of John D. Marchi, of whom spent over 7 years compiling over 100,000 reports, found the event impossible to deny, and evident that something truly strange had occurred in front of the crowds gathered. Interestingly, some have suggested the object in question was actually an unidentified flying object, and that it would make it one of the largest mass UFO sightings ever seen. This was backed up by the descriptions of the people that witnessed the anomaly, and some researchers have said the object in question sounds more like a UFO than the sun, further saying the sun can't physically jump around in the sky, so what we're left with is a mysterious object that's able to travel around in the sky at extreme speeds. Another interesting religious account is that of Our Lady of Zaytun. It was on the 2nd of April 1968, just after Egypt had lost a 6-day battle to Israel, resulting in the lost lives of over 2,000 troops in Israel occupying the Sinai Peninsula, when a Muslim mechanic suddenly saw a young woman standing on top of St. Mary's Orthodox Church in Zaytun. At the time, he was working close to the church. He thought she was on the verge of doing something she may regret, and so ran to help her. A group of onlookers gathered there and saw her, but she quickly disappeared. The Virgin Mary first appeared to Father Constantine Musa, a priest at St. Mary's Church, and when she spoke to him he fainted. Because of his humility, Father Constantine did not reveal this visitation until days before he passed away in 1984. He told the chairman of the committee that the Blessed Mary had talked to him about the nature of her visit, asking him to be prepared. He had no idea that millions of people were going to visit the church. At least 1 million Egyptians and many other people saw a luminous figure of a woman on top of St. Mary's Church in Zaytun. This was between 1968 and 1971. The apparitions mostly happened on feast days, lasting several minutes, with the longest one lasting for 9 hours. Many witnesses remember seeing Mary holding an olive branch, which symbolized the peace that Middle Easterns desperately needed. Some saw Mary bowing before a cross, blessing the crowds and walking across the domes of the church. At some point, a crowd of around 250,000 people witnessed one of the apparitions. In the early hours of the 13th of April, a photographer overcame the sensation of immobility, which prevented most of the people from taking pictures. He was able to snap some photographs of the events, and interestingly, after doing so, this helped an injured arm. It was reported that after taking the photographs and seeing the apparition, he felt much better. This was later confirmed as true by doctors. The witnesses to these apparitions also reported seeing luminous doves during the night, with flashes of bright colours reminiscing the miracle of the sun in Fatima. Other people saw Mary with St. Joseph, or as she cradled Jesus at around 12 years old. Most remember the scent of incense in Zaytun. Non-Christian medical professionals confirm many miraculous healings occurring in Zaytun between 1968 and 1971, a period that saw numerous conversions. Unlike in Fatima, many remained silent in all of the apparitions in Zaytun. The authorities in Egypt ordered that the unusual events be investigated after observing the growing crowds. They, however, saw no projectors, light sources, or any other devices that would be intended to trick the public. This was after searching a 15-mile radius of the church. Photos of these apparitions were published in various Egyptian newspapers, with video footage being broadcast on the news. Europe and America, probably preoccupied with other events, were not very interested in the apparitions, but featured an article under the title Visions of the Virgin Mary reported in Cairo. The church recognized the apparitions and the Pope said this was a positive and genuine account. The Vatican, however, did not give any statement on the apparitions' authenticity, since they happened in an Orthodox church. Many believe the apparitions to be Mary's comeback to Zaytun, as they claim this being one of the Holy Family's home. A landowner who was an Orthodox in Zaytun claimed that in 1918, Mary came to him in a dream and asked him to build a church in Zaytun in her honour. It was exactly 50 years after this dream when the apparition started. Zaytun was not the only place that witnessed Mary's apparition. Many have reported seeing Mary with some elements of Zaytun, like the scent of incense, Mary walking on a church roof, and luminous doves being sighted. Whether a person believes in the apparitions at Zaytun or not is a matter of personal faith. Suggested evidence, however, exists in their favour, as hundreds of thousands of people saw these mysterious beings. Another interesting account is Our Lady of Warwick, in which the Virgin Mary was also reported to have manifested overhead the Church of the Virgin Mary located in the city of Giza in Egypt. Again, during this sighting, the first to view the event was that of Muslim neighbours across the streets that reportedly saw a large orb, and this mysterious light was hovering above the church. As residents were watching the mysterious light, it started to take the form of a female. Given the previous sightings back in 1968, the event of Our Lady of Warwick that occurred in 2009 were quickly compared to past sightings and was instantly believed to have been the return of the Virgin Mary's apparitions. Additionally, a number of high-quality photographs were taken of the event that show in great detail a large glowing white apparition of a woman, and that she appeared over the dome of the church. Today, these marine apparition sightings and gathered proof continue to be ignored by skeptics as no reasonable explanations have come forward. Interestingly, it's not known what these apparitions were or what they mean, but the people that attended these events are very sure of what they saw. Many of these accounts match each other, and in these cases we do have photographic evidence, something that doesn't normally happen when we talk about these types of subjects. So the big question is, what do these photographs show? Is this proof that there's something in the afterlife, and that people are able to come back if necessary? Critics, however, have said that generators could have been used to create these apparitions, and that it was used during these events to get people's attention. However, as mentioned, the government at the time did investigate the claims, and do research in the local area. They found nothing that could suggest the Lady of Warwick was being created by a source of light. They searched a large area and found nothing. So my question to you guys is, what do you make of these claims? And what do you think these large crowds were seeing? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.